Hi, welcome back. So I just finished the haul video that I did first, and now I'm going to do my makeup. So I guess this will be like a chit chat, get ready with me, my very first one. So hopefully you'll be able to see it. I've been kind of testing. This is the edge of my mirror right here. So when I lean over, as far as I can tell, you will be able to see, and I'll be closer. The lighting. I don't know, I think I am gonna have to break down and get something brighter. I wonder if those bulbs in my vanity I can get in a higher wattage. I might have to look, maybe I'll look into that first. Even if they burn out faster, who cares? They're light bulbs, it's not like it's a fortune. So, okay, what do I have on my face that I already put on today? As I said before in yesterday's video, I have brow pencil on just because I have none. And a lot of times if I go out of the house with a bare face, I'll at least put that on just so I don't look like I have no eyebrows. And then lately I try to remember to tone in the morning. Even though your face is clean, it's not really clean. And I've been having, it doesn't look bad right now, but that's because I've been working on it, some weird little breakouts on my forehead. And I am so picky and fussy and nitpicky and demanding on my skin. The least little thing, and people will laugh, be like, I'm like, oh my God, I have a zit. And they'll be like, where? And I'll be like, well, I know it's there. But, so one thing that I have used now for years after some research, after I was having some cystic acne issues about, it's when I started watching YouTube. 2011, 2012? Yeah, somewhere in there. So wow, I've been watching YouTube even longer than I thought. Anyways, I did a bunch of research and I got this product by SK-II. It's their facial treatment, clear lotion. I believe it's Japanese or Korean. No, Japanese. They had done some research, this company, about skincare ingredients, and toured, this is what I've read. I'm assuming it's true. I guess I don't know for a fact, but toured one of the, what do you call them, factories or plants where they brew or ferment one of the ingredients or the ingredients in sake, and noticed that the workers' hands looked very young compared to the rest of their bodies, like their face or whatever. And so they found a way to put it in their product line. I will say it's very expensive. This bottle, when I started buying it, was $60. Now they've got it all the way up to $75, I think. But I started with this because it was like the least expensive product in the line. I mean, they have eye creams, cleansers, you name it, treatments up to $300, $400, $500 range. Not for this girl, come on. I'm like, well, if I can at least get the ingredient, try the product out, give the line a whirl, I'm gonna try what I can sort of afford. And I've been using it ever since. So I started, is it on 11 or 12? And it got rid of my cystic acne. It's not drying. Doesn't make me oilier, doesn't make me drier. Seems to be really anti-aging. So I don't ever plan on not using this. It's a holy grail. I try to be sparing just because of the price point. I try to wait for a 20% off and then I'll get one or two of them. But I don't plan on ever going without this. So if you're having some clarity issues, some acne issues, your skin seems unbalanced, you seem overly oily, overly dry, little breakouts, even texture issues, like little bumps, milia, blackheads, whiteheads. I firmly believe if you don't want to, shell out, you know what, go ahead and buy it at Sephora. If you don't like it, they'll return it. Or get them to pour some in a little vial for you if they have it in the store. But it's basically changed my skin life. So highly recommend. So I try and tone with that in the morning just to make sure I have whatever gunk might have come out of my pores overnight gone. And then I put on a serum. This is, I have a little sample because I just recently worked for them for a while. It's Estee Lauder's Perfectionist Pro Rapid Firm and Lift Treatment. And this is, I believe, their newest serum. And I really like it. It makes your skin so soft. Like a baby's butt, practically. And I think using those two more on my forehead have been helping because I can't really see much today. So something's working. Thank goodness. So, again, you can probably get a little sample because, again, this is expensive. There's two sizes, I think. I remember right. There's a smaller one and a larger one. But I can't even remember the price point, but it's up there. So if you can get your hands on a little sample, I would try it. One thing about Estee Lauder, I worked for them years ago, and then I just worked for them recently for a short time at Macy's again. They do have good skincare. They do. Lancome too. None of it's medical grade, but it's very good. And I've never had an issue because some things will make me, I have really sensitive skin. I don't know if I've mentioned that. And some things will break me out, burn, itch. I've never had an Estee Lauder product bother me. In fact, I think Estee Lauder has helped keep my skin clear and balanced. Their cleanser, their Gentle Foaming, is an all-time favorite cleanser of mine. So not stripping. Leaves your skin soft, very clean. You can, it doubles, you can use it as a mask. It suds beautifully. It has a nice fresh light scent. I love it. Has always, it's something, it's one of those things where if I ventured on and tried other new stuff, I come back to it because it's a safe haven. If I'm having like a flare-up or a skin problem or an irritation or something, I go back to it. That and Clinique if I'm really having a problem, which is pretty rare at this point. But so I have this serum on, and you need very little, like this, kind of the size of a fat pea is what I would tell people that would come to the counter. And then another thing I've been noticing as I'm getting older, the proverbial dryness has started. I was starting to think I'd be able to put that off a lot longer, but I guess not. So I read a lot of good things about this, and then when I worked at Macy's, the Kiehl's lady gave me a sample, and then I read some reviews on it on, was it Sephora? And I finally decided to pick it up. I think I waited till I got a 20% off at Saks or something because they have Kiehl's, and ordered it. And people get nervous. A lot of people think, I mean, unless you're kind of in the industry and know, when you hear the word oil, it's kind of a misnomer. You're scared you're spreading Crisco on your face or something, and you think if you're oily, you can't use an oil. If I could describe the texture of this, that you wouldn't think oil. The slip, I guess, a little bit, you'd think of as an oil, but it's exceptionally lightweight, and they have gotten the molecules and the chemistry in these type of products down so small that it just sinks right into the skin. It doesn't leave an oily residue. And this, I love that it has ginger root, sunflower, and tamanu oils to correct the visible appearance of skin fatigue. I.e., when somebody says, oh, you look tired. Well, thank you. I kind of take that as I look old, or my skin looks drab. So if you're feeling like your skin is just like, what the heck? I would maybe give this a try. I wouldn't be afraid of it if you're oily. I guess if you're like an oil slick person where it's practically dripping off of you, then maybe not. But otherwise, They say Tamanu is good for eczema and psoriasis, contact dermatitis, things of that nature. And so the oils that are in this are really good for skin from what I've read, and I've done a lot of reading on different natural oils for skincare. So when I saw this, I was like, yep, that's, and Kiehl's another brand that I think they're kind of an unsung hero. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Kiehl's. I remember they were kind of had some cult favorite products years ago, but I don't really hear people talk. I mean, I do a little bit, I guess, like, there's a face cream they have, I hear people, and of course their lip balms are always going to be popular, but I just think that they should get more attention, because I was really having some problems when I was working at Macy's with my skin. I don't know if it was just being in a different environment and just wearing practically an inch of makeup every day, and different makeup and fragrances and just all this stuff going on, and I was having some issues with my skin, and the lady that worked at the Kiehl's counter gave me a bunch of samples to help me out, and she helped me out. I was like, girl, thank you. But this is one of the things I took from. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on. It's got the little dauber thing, and I just put in, you don't need much. Just do that. And you'll see it's shiny, but it's thin. It's almost a water consistency with a little bit of an oily slip feel, but it sinks right in. And I noticed it's been helping a lot with my dryness and little breakouts, which I know sounds like a misnomer from an oil, but depending on the oil, it can absolutely help. So there's that. We'll let that sink in. It's got a nice light fragrance, slightly spa-like or medicinal-like, but pleasant, not offending at all. And then the next thing I do is eyes. Well, I let that soak in, and then before I prime, and I use a MAC paint pot and Painterly. I know a lot of people have probably heard of this. Do I have that the right way? Yeah. I've been using this for a long time. It's just kind of a fleshy color, and I use it with one of my many brush cups. This little NARS brush. I got it as a freebie in something. Is it NARS? I'm pretty sure. Yep, it's NARS. One free brush that came with something that actually wasn't total crap, and a waste of space. So I just kind of use that. I'm not the best at cleaning my brushes, I'll admit that right now. But I try. So I just take a little bit of this on the brush, just a little. Little goes a long way. And I just kind of place it where I want it all over the lid. And then I use my finger and the edges to just kind of smooth it. I kind of pat it in. And then I do the same thing on the other eye. Very simple. My eyelids used to be a lot oilier. And then having hooded eyes, I've always had to wear waterproof mascara, because the oils in my eyelid would make the mascara come off and transfer on my eyelid. I tell you, hooded eye problems. So I just do that. Pretty easy and simple. Put that away. And then I'm a little unorthodox. The way I do things is a little different than I think what a lot of people do. I normally wouldn't have my brows on yet, and what I'm doing, I'm probably gonna have, I know I'm gonna have to refresh them anyways, but I take every day, every time I do my makeup, Nylon by MAC. It's a white pearly shadow. Some people want a matte white or cream brow bone or eyebrow under the brow highlight, but I like a pearly shiny one. It's just a personal preference. And I also like one that has some coverage that's not too sheer, because in case I haven't been the best at plucking, which I did just pluck, so I think I'm okay. a shadow with some coverage, as well as an eye base, a shadow base with some coverage. I'll cover up a little hairs in case I got a little lazy. But I just go under here. This is a pencil brush by MAC. The what is it at? 219? 219, I think it says. I'm a pencil brush fanatic. I think I have 5 of them. Just because I have smaller eyes. So for detail work, I have to have smaller brushes. So I just take and put some on there and just go under my brow. And I actually blend into this a little bit too. So it looks like I'm putting it like really far down and heavy and thick, but trust me, there's a method to my madness. And then I'll usually leave that laying out because I might touch up with it again. And then usually, not always, but usually for my transition shade, I use Soft Brown by MAC, and this is old school. I know that people were doing this as a transition shade years ago, but there's a reason why. I think everybody should have Soft Brown. It's just, if I do a naked eye look, where it's kind of no makeup, this is the perfect shade. Can you see? And my eyes are hooded, so me doing crease work is kind of, doesn't exist because you don't see my crease. So I kind of do the brow bone as what would be my transition or crease shade, as some people say who have bigger, beautiful eyes. So I just put that kind of all over. This is a Real Techniques brush. By the way, talk about good brushes. What they say is true. I don't think I've ever had one single Real Techniques brush shed hairs ever, break, like the hairs come loose from the ferrule or anything. And the price point is so reasonable. And I have 2 of these. This is the domed shadow brush. I have 2 of these. I use one when I'm doing more like bright, dark colors. And then this one is for my lighter. Because you can clean a brush to death. And if you've used blacks, blues, dark colors, you're still gonna find that residue in there somewhere. And there's nothing worse than wanting to put soft brown on and all of a sudden you got a weird streak of black in there. And then it's like, oh, are you kidding? So I have 2 for that very reason. So there's that. Now, this would be an easy eye look. Let's see if I kind of blend it out here. To just do your brows, mascara, some liner, and go. If you want to be the 2 shadow person, which is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I am going to dig into this Desi Katy palette. And one thing you're going to notice about me that's a little, again, unorthodox, I will use my fingers, and I will use, and this is probably going to make people laugh, especially if you're in makeup at all, but it's true. I use these little sponge tip guys all the time, daily, to pack on my lid. You can get a package. I've only found them at Sally's. I found them once in bulk on Amazon, and when I went back to order them, they were gone. I couldn't find them, and I could have gotten 5,000 of them for like $10. So now I get 12 for $4. But I can't live without them. So whenever I'm in Sally's, they usually don't have a big stock of them. So whenever I'm there, I buy them. So I have a little stock up pile now down here. But so I'll take one of these, the like fat end, looks like that. And I like them too because there's some width on the tip that the way my eye is shaped will help blend where it touches. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to take this green, this gorgeous olive green beautiness here. That's not a word, but that's okay. And I'm just going to pack. And this is what I do. And so many people ask me how I do my eye makeup. Isn't this funny? She's using this long, fat sponge tip. Look at that color. Do you see that? Oh, Jiminy Christmas. That's pretty. So I just kind of take that up lightly into that transition shade. And I'm using like feather. I'm barely touching my eye. I mean, that's how you blow out and blend. It's just these little tiny, barely touching, really soft feather strokes. And that blended like a dream. You go, Desi and Katie. And I love contributing to these collabs, especially like with Katie, like I said in my last video. I've been watching her since she had and now she's got millions of subscribers. And a gorgeous house and all this money and blah, blah, blah. And I think, you know what? Those people that leave like rude comments and stuff disparaging their wealth and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking that girl legit worked for that. Yeah. So, and then when they stay true to themselves, don't get involved in the gossip, when they're not mean-spirited, and when they come out with a quality product at a decent price point, I wish them all the luck in the world. Good for you. And now that I've tried, this is the first of their collab. I've tried the first item. I bought a highlighter too. That's still in my... This is unbelievable. That's one layer. I'm so impressed. I mean, sometimes I've got to pack and pack and pack and pack and pack and pack. And I just really didn't with this. And I'll kind of come out a little bit. See if I'm symmetrical. Seems like I always make one eye a little mellower than the other. And so kind of... But I'll go back and tweak it as I go. And then I'll leave my little sponge tip here in my palette here. But that, of course, looks crazy because I have nothing else on yet. But, go in here and blend. I think I'm going to put a little more soft, oh, that's not soft brown, on my brow bone over here. I'm going to put, what color eyeliner should I do? Oh my gosh. This is already at 23 minutes. Well, let's see. My cousin wanted an eye look. So that's how I do shadow. For anybody that's wondering how I do shadow. Now from here is if I have any fallout, which I actually don't really. Sometimes you can just rub it away, but this is why I do my foundation after. Now I stop here with the eyes. This is why when I do other people's makeup, I typically, if I have a choice, don't let them watch, because halfway through they'd be like, what the heck are you doing to me? It looks crazy till it's done. But this is where I would stop and do, put my primer on, which one I've been loving lately that's gotten a lot of good reviews, and for the reason, and I waited a while to buy it because it's kind of expensive, but I waited till I had a discount and tried it, and it's the Pores No More Pore Refiner Primer by Dr. Brandt. Sephora has this. Does Ulta have Dr. Brandt? I kind of want to say no, but I'm not sure. But it's weird. I'm getting older, but that's when you start noticing more pores, but you're getting drier. So I don't want something that's going to all of the oil out and make me too matte. So primer can be tricky, but I am a person that believes in primer, because people say, you have no pores. Well, yeah, I do. I have, believe me, I have pores. I just put stuff over them so you don't think I do. So if you don't mind the price point, I think this is $45. But I use the size of, again, a pea. This is enough, probably more than enough, for my whole, I put it like, and I kind of cover like the little bit of the eye lines I'm getting in here around my nose, in here around the marionette lines, down on my chin. Some pores right here on my chin that drive me nuts. Here in my mouth, little crease crevice. And then I go up here in my 11s because I am starting to get those little lines. But I managed to, you can't really see them when I have makeup on the way I do it. And then I just put it up in here. And that's it. But that was, yeah, the size of like a pea. And this is 1 ounce. So it's the same, most 98% of foundations are an ounce. So if you know how long a foundation lasts you, this probably is longer, this will last. So highly recommend. It's got kind of a medicinal smell, but it doesn't last. It goes away and I don't care. It's worth it. So anyways, I'm going to pause here and then I'll do another video doing my face, the way I do my foundation. A couple things I think about it are maybe a little different than what other people do. So that'll take a little time. And then when I'm done with the face, I finish the eyes. I do my eyebrows, curl my lashes, do eyeliner, do whatever smudging work I'm gonna do, and then put on mascara, and I'm done. So for today, I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you for watching again. I hope this was somehow helpful. I'll try to zoom in a little closer, but I don't know if you can see. My eyes look blue. Sometimes blue eyes don't even strike you as blue because they're not that noticeable. You don't really think about it. But the minute I put a green on, they're blue. So I love green. I love green. It's so fun. And I did not ever expect it. It's not a color I ever used to like. And I've started to dive into the world of green. I bought my first beautiful, it's like a beautiful Kelly green leather handbag. I found it on Amazon. And it's gorgeous. I think if it's a certain green, I love green. Some greens I'm just like, bleh. But it depends on the green. I love like borderline neon green, I think is kind of cool. So yeah. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I will wrap this up in my next video. Let me know if you have any questions, critique, feedback, and I will do pretty much any color on my eyes. So if you want to see a purple eye or a pink, a cranberry, a black, a smoky, a brown, whatever it is, blue. I do blues and people love it. I get a ton of compliments, and people think blue eyeshadow, oh my god, 1980s. Oh, no, 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 no. If you do it right, you can wear pretty much anything. I guess it depends on your tastes, and what you, I'm not scared to go out in public wearing blue mascara and blue eyeshadow and making it work, but I know some people will be like, ugh. But if you want to see a certain eye look, I know a very easy smoky eye on a palette I would recommend to anybody, and I can get it done like that. And the smoky eye is hard. Anybody that's tried it knows. And I've got a black smoky eye, and then I've got a little not quite as harsh smoky eye that I do, and they're easy. And I think anybody could do them. And again, if the whole brushes thing scares you too, because oh my gosh, there's like a million brushes out there. I can understand why men, I can't just keep saying women, men would be intimidated. I think back 30 years ago when I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and oh my gosh. So hop on over to Sally's and get a package of these for $4 and start practicing. I know there's makeup artists out there that probably roll in their grave to see somebody using these, but that's blended. So, you know, why not? And then when they get gross, I just throw them away. Big deal. I use them for a while. I have a whole, like, look at this. This is all these. And when I'm doing a certain color, I'll just find one where it's that color, you know, and then I'll use it till it starts like, look, this says Jeffree Star colors on it. So if I go back into that palette, I'll grab this one. And then when it starts getting gross, throw it away. Big deal. So there's a little makeup hack for you. One of my little tips and tricks that I do. So anyways, I'm at 30 minutes again. Oh my gosh. I guess I did inherit my dad's gift to Gab. Who knew? I hope you have a fabulous day as always. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please like. Feel free to leave a comment. And I'm very grateful to have you here. So till next time, like I said, have a fabulous day. And I guess that's it. Bye-bye.